Let's see how to make 100% perfect golgappe with all tips and tricks. In a bowl or a parat, take rava or suji. It needs to be fine or barik wali suji or rava. So take 1.5 cup. To it add 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour or maida. Little bit of salt or as per your taste. And then give it a good mix. Now add total 1/2 cup water. The water I'm using is at room temperature and I'm adding a little at a time, but total amount of water is 1/2 cup. I've already mentioned that the measuring cups and spoons I use have 1 cup equal to 240 ml. So knead the dough, it will look something like this, so you need to keep kneading it for 2 to 3 minutes. So it's not going to be a soft or sticky dough, it's going to be a little stiff dough, not very stiff like you make for samosa, but yes, stiff. Anyway, I've given the measurement of dry ingredients as well as water, so if you follow them all just like what I've mentioned, then it should come out perfect. Cover this dough with a damp cloth, that is, you dip cloth in water and then squeeze out all the water and let it rest for 30 minutes. Yes, it's important. After 30 minutes, knead the dough for 10 to 15 seconds. Take out a portion. Now remember, another tip is to take out a medium-sized or small portion and make a few puris at a time. Making a lot of puris in one go would not give you nice puffed up puris. I mean, the ones you would be frying later would not puff up. Just sprinkle a very little maida and roll this dough very thin, so it should be slightly thinner than 1 or 2 rupee Indian coin. And while you roll, you would feel that the top of the sheet is slightly dry. That's okay, that means it's perfect. And then using a cookie cutter or some dabbe ka dhakkan, you can cut out puris. Dabbe ka dhakkan or small katori, whatever suitable you find. Just take out the sides and you can reuse them. So I'm not making more puris, I'm going to fry these. Till then, I'm going to keep all these covered with the damp cloth. It's very important. While you fry a few puris, the others should be covered with this damp cloth. Very important. If the top of the puris would dry, they would not puff up. So I'm frying 4 at a time. Oil should be medium hot. So once your oil becomes medium hot, drop in the puris and you would notice that they would immediately swell up and puff up. If you add in your puris to medium hot oil, they would puff up well and would not burn. Remember, never fry these golgappa puris at high flame. You would end up getting nice puffed up puris which will become soft later. As soon as the puris swell up, lower the flame. Yes, lower the flame and then continue frying. You would feel that it's taking a lot of time for a very few puris to get done, but that's important. Lower the flame and after a while you can just increase it to medium, but I would suggest low or somewhere between low to medium. Flipping the puris in kadhai is very important. So keep flipping. And after some time you would notice that the puris have become nice golden in color. You can take them out. Remember, you need to just shake 6 to 7 times so that the excess oil from the puris, because sometimes the oil tends to get inside the crispy puris, it should come out of it. So just shake and then put your puris in a container. Similarly, fry rest of the puris. You need to remember all these steps. While putting or dropping the puris in, the oil should be medium hot, and then after that you should lower the flame. Frying puris at high flame will give you puris that would become soft later. And if you drop in your puris at low flame, then they would not puff up. So medium hot oil just for the puris to puff up, and then lowering the flame would help. So a batch of puri, 4 or 5 which you drop in takes a little more time compared to the normal aloo puri wali puri which we prepare. So be patient and keep repeating the steps and keep on making the puris. So I'm rolling the remaining dough. Yeah, another tip would be the sides which you would remove after cutting the puris would tend to become a little dry. So if required, you can just dip your fingers in water and knead the sides again and then roll them to cut out puris. Because if your puris would be very dry, they would not puff up. And that is the reason it's very important to keep the puris covered with a damp cloth. This amount of ingredients would give you 65 to 66 puris of this size. A few have come out flat or chapti puris, but yet they are very crispy. Now let's take a look at the other puris. So these are the good ones, the perfect ones. I'm showing you one of these. So if you would notice, one side of the puri is slightly thicker than the other side. And that's what normally a homemade puri would look like. And look at this one, a little out of shape, but nice. So you have taken some boiled potatoes. You can take 4 to 5 small sized or 3 medium sized boiled potatoes. Just mash them. I'm going to make a very simple dahi puri. I do not have pudina, dhania, anything to make water. And yeah, I do not have it because of lockdown. So just add a little salt, red chili powder, chaat masala and garam masala. 1 small size chopped onion. Some lemon juice and give this all a good mix. But if you would like to see the recipe of ekdam chatpata street style pani and various types of stuffings, then you can check out the video description and go to the link which is given there. So the stuffing is ready. In another bowl, take half cup plain curd or yogurt and to it add 1.5 tablespoon sugar. Mix till the sugar is dissolved in the yogurt or curd. Put the prepared stuffing, dahi, save. If you have imli ki chutney, or you can just prepare imli ki chutney and then have it right away. If you have got ingredients to make pani, then do check out the link given in video's description box to see my recipe of pani. Give this recipe a try and follow all the tips and tricks to make 200% perfect puris. Enjoy!